What is up, guys? Fans here. Today we're gonna try some teams for HoH B3. I actually tried a pretty safe team, but it's like really slow, and it's not even 100%. So right now I'm gonna try some teams to possibly get me some better runs. So right now I'm trying to put in some some CC. I'm trying to get some stun removal for that third stage. It's really annoying when they have like heal block on you. I'm gonna try this team right now. I never tried this team. I'm gonna try for the first time right now. So I wasn't able to stream yesterday after I got disconnected. My internet just got really funky. The upload rate is still really bad. It's been like that all of last night, and hopefully I can get this video uploaded to YouTube, today, so it doesn't become like irrelevant. Okay, so we're gonna try some teams that are mostly farmable. This team isn't farmable. This team involves Verd. I'm just trying to find a good team to do this Hall of Heroes to farm it right now. I've been doing it using like Bretta, Tauk, Bella, Bernard, Veramos, something like that. But there's still a risk of one of my units dying, even if I use that team with like 2 healers. So it's still not like super safe. I don't know what I can do for this stage. Like, unless you're running double revive, I think it's gonna be really hard to get 100% clear on any single team for this Hall of Heroes, because they have so much armor break, and when they have armor break, it means that they can focus one unit, and that is never a good thing if you don't have any revivers. Because if one unit dies, that unit's just it's dead. it's gone. So this team is hopefully going to be my team to farm this Hall of Heroes. I'm not sure yet. We're just doing some tests. We're timing it as well. Hopefully this team will be able to do it. Hopefully relatively fast as well, so I can farm as many pieces. I'm not super serious about this Hall of Heroes. I don't even have a water pirate captain. I'm just farming for skill ups just in case I pull one in the future. Because if I pull one in the future and I didn't farm this, I'd be regretting it like quite a lot. And plus I have nothing better to do, so I might as well farm as many as I can. If you're at the point where you can farm, like you can barely do B1 but you can still complete it using all your own units, then by all means do it. Do as much as possible and get at least one. You never know when this monster might be useful in the future, so grab one, especially if this monster is light and dark, because you might not be able to ever get him again. Actually, this team's looking pretty good. Oh shit, I think I spoke too soon. Double healer, no revive. Not sure if this is the best team, but pray to RNGesus that all my stuns and debuffs land. Actually, wait, that's not reliable, because sometimes RNGesus fucks you over. So yeah. I've been trying using Tauk. I've been trying using McKeen. Actually, I never tried McKeen. I didn't really want to try McKeen because my McKeen is like pretty squishy, I would say right now. I don't have 3 slots HP on her. I only have 2 slots of HP. Her 4th slot is with crit rate, so she has 100% crit rate, but it's kind of not tanky enough to do this Hall of Heroes. I would say that this Hall of Heroes is around like the difficulty of like the mobs in like TOA, maybe 40-ish hard. So they're gonna be hitting you really hard if you're not able to stun them. Or actually, I don't know. Despair stun might not be super reliable, but it's kind of the only thing I can rely on because I don't have anything tankier than this. This is pretty much just my team at its tankiest. My Konamiya could be tankier, but I don't have like the best runes on him. I can't really switch out Konamiya for Tauk either, because I kind of need Konamiya to get rid of the stuns and stuff on the 3rd levels of the stage. So I can't really. Well, if I use Tauk, it might work better for this part of the stage, but it won't work as well when I'm on the next level with the light Magic Knights. They have like a bunch of anti-healing that they can put on Veramos. And then the dark ones have like a bunch of stuns. So I'm trying to make it so that my Kona has a chance to, block those stuns and stuff. Oh shit, this is bad. This is so bad. Oh god, I wish I had Arya or something for this. Arya put AoE glancing, and then I win. But I don't, so that's life. You just gotta deal with it. Actually, this team's not bad. I think it's able to do it. Around 5 minute-ish. It's a little bit slower. I can't really fit a nuker onto this team. I tried Theomars. There's no way Theomars can live past the Wind Pirate stage. They just single target nuke really, really hard. Wish I had a different element nuker. Maybe Wind. Wind is, if I had a Wind nuker, if I had my Lucian raised, then it would be nice, because they don't have a lot of really strong like fire nukes, except for the second part with the Juns. But that's pretty much it. And the first part, the fire pirates are just mostly they rely on the damage of the bombs from the bombers. So if I had a Wind nuker, it might be pretty good for this stage. I might be able to fit a Wind nuker onto this team. Yep, should have raised the nuker of every single element, but I don't have like all the resources in the world, and I put a lot of resources into making units for TOA hard. For those that are curious, I wasn't able to clear TOA hard 80 this month. It's just too hard. The occult girls just hit me way too hard. I tried every single combination. I tried that level maybe 60, 70 times already. Running it over and over again, failing over and over again. Yeah, so it's already over now. By the time I'm recording this, like it was already over. So there's nothing I can do really. I'm just gonna have to try again, in 2 months. Hopefully they're on a lower level stage. They're not so high up in the tower that they're so hard to kill. Okay, that was around 7 minutes. That run was 7 minutes. It was a little bit slow, but it seemed pretty safe. None of my units dropped really low, with the exception of maybe my Konamiya. My Konamiya kind of dropped a little bit low at one point in the stage, but it should be fine. I'm gonna try out some different teams. This is the team I've been farming it with for quite a while. I never actually timed it, but it seems a lot faster than my Konamiya team. I've basically been using Bretta to do AoE dots, so we're gonna try this team again. It's not 100%. I've had like maybe like 5 or 6 fails already with this team, but it's a lot faster than the other team. Might farm it with that team if it's really stable. If I can get near 100%, it's going to be very hard to get 100% if you're not running like revivers for this stage. If I had like 2 revivers, maybe I could run 2 revivers this way. I'd have no way of failing the stage, but this is just what I'm gonna have to live with for now. Okay, the bombs actually don't do that much damage. Most of the damage comes from when they focus you too hard, and then they do like armor break and stuff. Yeah, this Hall of Heroes is hard because of the armor break from all the pirates. It's really annoying to have armor break on every single part of the level, especially for Hall of Heroes. When it's so long, you have to make sure you're able to go through every single part of this level safely without dying. It takes quite a long time. It's like it's a really long run, and you got to make sure the whole way that none of your units can die. I'm using Shannon and Talc, trying to keep the defense buff on my units at all times. If I have 2 people to buff up defense, this way I can keep up defense buff, forever. Might be a good plan, might not. I'm not sure. But Talc plus Bella makes this pretty safe. It's a little bit hard running one single nuker for this stage, one single healer for this stage, unless you're running lots of nukes. It's a shame that I can't do like a bunch of nukers. I can't try to run with a whole bunch of nukers for this stage. Like, I know there are going to be people that have a bunch of random, like double illusion, or they have a nuker of every single element, and they just put it in, and it does super well for this level. I don't have that many nukers raised. My only nuke is like Theomars. That's all I have really. It's my only sort of like my only damage unit is Theomars. All my other units are pretty much supports, tanks, bruisers, so I guess this is pretty much my fastest team. I've been trying it without Shannon, trying it with Bernard as well. I think Shannon might be better. I'm not sure. So this run is actually looking pretty good. The most dangerous part is probably actually my Talc could tank the wind parts. The most dangerous part is actually the light part, or the dark part of the stage. The ones with the dark pirates and the light magic knights. The anti-healing debuff is really annoying for Veramos, because if they happen to stun my Bella and Talc at the same time, and put anti-healing on Veramos, and stack like armor break on him, he might not have enough time to, get rid of all those debuffs before well, when my Belladon wakes up, if Maribos doesn't have anti-healing debuff off of him, my Bella won't be able to heal him up, and then he's gonna be armor broken. The pirates are gonna just keep hitting him, and there's a really high chance of him dying. So that's one of the dangers of that stage. I don't think it's possible to get 100% clear without revivers. I seriously don't think it's possible to get 100%. You might be able to make it through like 90% of the time with a really strong nuker team, and it might be worth it because if you make it through 90% of the time, you're going to get pieces, and if you fail, you can just restart again since it only takes you like 3 minutes or something to do one run. Yeah, this is pretty much my fastest clear. Like I don't think I can get lower than 6 minutes. No revive, no nukes, just, oh my god, the magic knights. Wait, is that Oblivion? No, that's not Oblivion. That's the thing that puts your skills on cooldown. Alright, so I guess this team is somewhat farmable. Like you could call it a farmable team. Fusible farmable team using Veramos, Shannon, Bella, Talc, Beretta. If you were to lose Veramos, you could always put in some other Despair Stunner. Actually, I don't think it's worth using. It's reliable to use Despair Stuns. It's always nice to have some Despair Stuns, but it's not really the thing you want to rely on. I could try this run again using maybe Bernard, Spectra, or something like that. Might be able to do it. Wish I had 2 AoE dots. If I had 2 AoE dots, I'd probably take Verd out and put it in the second AoE dot. Yeah. Okay, that just took out my Shannon in one hit. Well, this boss stage is actually pretty hard. Talc better armor buff up before someone dies. This isn't really that safe either. They hit my Veramos so hard. Well, I got 3 units and they have 2 units. Pretty sure I can still take them down. Like both my healers are alive. I got Beretta for dots. So there's really no way they can. Well, I can just pretty much tank their damage and very slowly kill them with dots. And that might not be that easy. Talc needs to keep that armor buff up. The armor buff is super important. It makes my units so much tankier to survive their damage. I think immunity might have been better for this stage. Might try Draco. Draco was the last Hall of Heroes. I have one raised 6-starred, but I don't have like the perfect runes for him, not yet. But I could just level his runes up a bit and try Draco, maybe instead of Talc. Could work. Yeah, let's try Draco. Let's try Draco instead of Veramos. Actually, maybe I should have Draco and Veramos. This way I can keep armor buff off of me at all times. So let me just check my Draco runes. Okay, they are not leveled at all. Okay, these two are somewhat leveled, but all the other ones aren't leveled. So let's try to get everything to maybe +9, and then we'll try it again. I won't really say Draco is farmable, but you know, if you probably should have farmed the last Hall of Heroes. Okay, nice. I got a HP. HP level up. Resistance is nice too, but I think for most dungeons, in most like harder PvE scenarios, you need HP. Like you need more HP. More HP is always nice. Resistance isn't always reliable. It's nice to have resistance in arena because you want to like RNG and beat the enemy, but in PvE you want your units to be maybe just a bit more reliable. That's just my opinion. You know, everyone has their different ways to rune their monsters and build their monsters and stuff. So yeah. Okay, this Despair rune has resistance, HP, and crit damage. Hopefully it goes to HP. Or resistance, just not crit damage. Please not crit damage. Okay, resistance is always nice. Come on, give me some HP. Really should plus 12 these runes before I try to throw them in. But yeah, if this works, it's going to be a good investment. Come on, stop failing at +6. It's just +6. Oh my goodness. Come on, give me HP. Alright, nice. Actually, these runes are not bad. Well, this one has HP and speed. Might be nice to have a little bit of speed and some HP. Attack is okay for like, you know, PvP. Having a bit of extra attack is always, you know, always helps. Come on, give me some speed or give me some more HP. Okay, my power up luck is actually not bad today. Oh, nice, nice. So much HP with these runes. Okay, this one's the stats on the substats on this rune is actually not that good. I guess the best I can hope for is not to go into flat stats, but even if it does, it's not, you know, it's not too bad because these two stats don't really help my Draco that much. Attack probably is the best one for it to go into because this way I don't have to rely on anything else, and then I can get a bit more damage if I ever want to use them in PvP. So give me some more attack. Okay, went to flat defense, but it's, you know, it's not the end of the world. He's somewhat tanky. Okay, he's actually lacking defense, I think. His defense is a little bit low, but I don't really have any defense percent on these runes. I have a lot of HP, but no defense. Alright, this one I can only hope for resistance or speed. Pretty much. Resistance, speed, maybe. Oh, resistance on Draco is quite nice as well, because if he goes in and he's slower than the enemy, you don't want him stunned. So he can apply the immunity on your team. So your team doesn't, like, you know, isn't CC'd forever. Nice. I'm getting, like, really good power-ups today. Okay, attack's not bad. I'm just like powering up runes, trying to throw Draco into my Hall of Heroes B3. This is usually shit I would do on my stream. It's just that like internet's funky and shit. Whoa, so much attack and speed. This might not be that good of a rune for Draco. Could I give him to some despair attacker in the future? I guess I'll power up this HP rune. It's probably the most important rune on my Draco, because it does give him the HP stat that he needs. So we're going to give this a +9, hope for a good substat, maybe defense percent will pop up. and that will always help him a bit. Maybe some like really lucky like plus 7% defense. Come on, defense. He needs a little bit of defense. Oh wait, no, it's plus 9. Never mind, it went to flat defense. I thought this was a blue rune. It was my bad. It was purple. Okay, well, I had no idea what I was saying. So that's that. Come on, give me some speed. I mean, this rune already has enough HP. It probably needs a bit more speed. Well, if you want to go into HP, that's fine too. %. Oh my god. I mean, plus 7. Plus 8. Plus 9. Plus 10. No. I have no idea what I'm saying. I'm crazy. I'm really fucked up. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing right now. Oh my god, I went into attack. I'm just powering up runes, hoping that Draco can do this. I haven't done this dumb shit ever since my McKean video, trying to raise McKean to 6 stars and stuff. Come on! Oh man, I need everything at plus 9 at the very least. The very least, I need everything plus 9. Alright. I think that's pretty good. So I guess it's just this rune. Get to plus 9. Might go into give me some more HP or some more resistance. It's always nice. Crit damage is not really that useful. My crit rate's not that high to make crit damage useful. And Draco can't crit on his second skill, so crit rate is kind of bad. Like having crit rate and crit damage is kind of pretty much useless on Draco, because it only scales with one skill. So I hope it goes to HP and not crit damage. Come on, give me some more HP. Ah, man, it went to crit damage. Alright, I think this Draco is looking okay now. Let's throw him into the Hall of Heroes and see what happens. No, I'm not gonna buy Summoning Stones. Summoning Stones are a lie. They're worse than Mystic Scrolls and premium packs. Alright, we're gonna do... I like to have one of every element, but you know, you don't absolutely need that. Draco crazy attack bar fill. Do we go with the crazy attack bar fill team? Maybe I can get 100% clear like this. Actually, no. That's not very reliable. I think I need to use Veramos. Or this should get my team fast enough to do a lot of things. Well, let's try this. Draco, don't fail me now. Come on, immunity! Stop that armor break. You're supposed to stop the armor break. Okay, not having Veramos is probably gonna get me killed on the first part. Alright, and Draco went derp and didn't buff up immunity. So I guess we're fucked. Guess my Vert is fucked. My god, this Draco's so derp. This Draco. He's not doing what I paid him for. I think I need to maybe not use Despair, but use like Violent or something instead. I don't know. He's good with Despair. He's good with Violent as well. But Violent just makes sure you keep up immunity even more. I guess it might be better with Violent to keep up immunity. Actually, that AoE Despair Stun is quite good. Because the second skill can't glance. So even if I hit water, it doesn't matter. Because it can't glance, it's always crushing hit. So it'll always have a chance to land the Despair. Because glancing hits can't land Despair procs. But this team's actually looking not bad. I guess I rely on my Verd quite a lot. You could try with Bernard. If you do it with Bernard, you'll have one monster of every element. Put like Vermos Leader for that HP leader, and then Bernard to speed buff you up, and then you have one monster of every element. You still have two attack bar fillers, like Draco's Whistle attack bar fills, and Bella's Heal also attack bar fills. And Bernard also attack bar fills. So, might get you enough turns. It might just work. So, after this run, we're going to try with Bernard and see how fast it goes. Or, I'm not even sure if this run's stable. Not yet. Not until I try it a few times. But this seems pretty good. It seems decent. Draco might be the solution. That immunity buff is doing quite a lot. The immunity and the spare stuns from my Draco. No armor break is making a lot of difference. Well, I never had to use immunity before. Well, I didn't have anything with immunity, so I never ever relied on immunity before, but immunity is really nice to have. I pulled another immunity unit. I pulled Delphoy, which is really nice because Delphoy has the immunity that also removes and heals. So in certain situations, you can just bring Delphoy as your only healer, and that might be enough sometimes. Alright, so this part they're hitting my Talc, which is I guess is okay since my Talc is pretty much my tankiest unit on the team. That immunity buff makes it so the Wind Pirates can't armor break and do a lot less damage. Alright, immunity is the key to beating this Hall of Heroes. This is the solution. I think this is the solution. It's not to get your team super tanky, it's not to run double revives, it's immunity. Because they have armor break. The armor break is too strong. The armor break on this level is just it's next level. It's over 9,000. It's fucking it's just I don't know how to describe this immunity and not immunity this armor break. So immunity is how you get through this. I think. I mean, this is one run, but it's looking really good. It's probably my best run yet. Like my most stable run. This looks really stable. Like at all parts of the stage. All right, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna try with Bernard. And if that works, then we have a conclusion. All right. They need to make a farmable immunity unit. This is like I mean, it's really hard to make it through some parts of the game without the immunity buff. And I don't like how they make it only like exclusive to 4 stars and above. They should make a farmable unit that at least has the immunity buff. You know, it could be the shittiest unit ever, but just has immunity buff, and that alone is good. It makes that unit good. You know, that alone will make the unit good. Come on, buff up immunity, Draco. Oh man, they put that debuff on my Vermos. Now he can't get the immunity buff, which is actually fine because even if I lose Vermos here, like it's not the end of the world. All right, all right. It's like 7 minutes with this team. Um, I really would like to use Berta if at all possible, because Berta kind of speeds up this dungeon quite a lot. I can't really afford to use any nukers because any nukers that I run in this dungeon kind of dies. But Beretta does provide that dot damage, which is really good against these units because they have a really like huge HP pool. So if I can dot them down, the run will take a lot faster. I actually want to try it right now. Well, I actually want to try it right now, not with Bernard, but with Beretta. If I can get it with working with Beretta, it's actually better than running it with Bernard because that team is going to be faster. So I'm going to try this again with Beretta instead of Bernard. It doesn't even matter if Bernard can do it. If Beretta can't do it, then maybe if Bernard can do it, that makes a somewhat farmable team. If you're counting farmable as like Draco as farmable in the last Hall of Heroes. All right, we're gonna put in Beretta leader, put in Draco, and hopefully this will get my team fast enough. I still have a speed leader, 2 attack bar fills. Hope this is fine. 7 minutes is just too long. Even if it's 100% clear, it's too long. Yeah, defense buff plus immunity is just too OP. Yeah, they have too much stuns and random armor breaks and random debuffs to not use immunity in this level. So if you don't have immunity, you can still try to tank it, like get through it, tanking through the whole thing. But I've already tasted the forbidden fruit, so I can never go back. Once you have immunity, you never go back. This is literally the first time I ever relied on immunity. I never like ever rely on immunity before this run. Right, this is a little bit risky. My Draco's taking a lot of damage. If I power up his runes to maybe plus 12, he's going to be much tankier. Maybe I'll do that later. I mean, at least they don't have stuns at this part of the stage. Alright, alright. It's looking pretty good. 2 minutes in, we're already at the mid-boss. Well, I wouldn't say we're already at the mid-boss, we're at the mid-boss. It's probably pretty standard. Get here in 2 minutes. If this works, this is probably my best team for this Hall of Heroes. Draco Beretta. The immunity with attack bar fill that like is on a fairly low cooldown for Draco is quite nice. Especially that if he's a brownie and has his first skill to keep proccing those violent procs, then it's pretty good. So pretty much like get his resistance somewhat high so he doesn't get stunned, so he can keep buffing up immunity, and then maybe bring like Pheromones or something, and that gets you a pretty good clear. I've tried it with Kona. It's probably not as reliable. You know, prevention is better than cure. You don't want to remove debuffs once you get them. You want to be able to prevent them. You know, prevent yourself from getting debuffed in the first place. Probably more reliable that way. All right, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. It's looking not bad actually. This is probably better than the Verd team. The AoE dot is really speeding up the run. And then Draco has that extra armor break to armor break everything. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Oh shit. The anti-heal is up. Wait, this is looking a little bit bad. Alright. The immunity buff is up. So no more stuns and shit. Yeah, the moment he has immunity buff up, the whole fight just turns around. Like, they can't do shit anymore. Like, no stuns, no armor break, no nothing. And I just win, pretty much. Okay, I might be getting a little bit cocky because I just lost that buff. But Bella should have her heal up by now. I hope. Yeah, this is really nice. Now I'm really happy with Draco. Now I'm super happy with 6-starring Draco. I've never actually used him ever since I 6-starred him. This is probably the first time. He is definitely MVP right here. Wow, yeah, he just blocked the armor break, you know, from the water pirate. I mean, if I only had Vermos just now, my units would have taken a turn of their nukes because they would have went first before Vermos like got a turn. But now with Draco having immunity on, they don't even move before they get a turn. And with this team, like none of my units actually fall that low, and I can still do it pretty fast, like 6 minutes. Well, 6 is better than 7, so you know 6 minutes is okay-ish. I'm not expecting to do it as fast as the last Hall of Heroes, because the last Hall of Heroes I was actually able to put Theomars on my team. But this time I can't, because Theomars dies too easily to the Wind Pirates. Probably the best element nuclear you can have in this stage is probably going to be a wind one, because if you can make it through the first stage with a wind nuclear, you can make it through the whole entire, like, you know, the rest of the levels using a wind nuker. Alright, that was still 7 minutes, but it's probably faster than my Verd run. And it seemed a lot easier and safer. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to do some more testing. So this is probably my best team. This is probably the team I'm going to use to keep farming this Hall of Heroes over and over again. I'm gonna have to do more testing, and yeah, best of luck to you guys, the ones that are trying to farm up lots of pieces to get this pirate, or if you're even just trying to farm one, you know, really good luck, because I think you're gonna need it. This Hall of Heroes is pretty hard. It's not that easy. Anyways, this has been a pretty long video. I've ranted for a long time, but hopefully this helped some people build some teams for their Hall of Heroes. I know not every one of you have like Talc and stuff raised. You know, he's a pretty specific unit that I raised to do TOA hard. But you know, if you have some defense buff, that's always nice. If you have Shannon, she does help a lot. Bella always my healer, my best healer that I take everywhere. My only healer, pretty much. Draco here for the immunity, Beretta for AoE dots, Ramos to cleanse debuffs. And that is pretty much it. That's my team right now. I mean, if you have some sort of damage reduction, it might be nice. If you can get lots of speed to go before the enemy goes, you know, have lots of turns, that could also work as well. There's a lot of strategies to beating this level. You know, so don't stop trying. Even if things don't, even if you don't succeed in the end, you know, I think it's the process that counts, you know, because even though I wasn't able to beat the OCO girls this month, I learned quite a lot about the game trying to do that level over and over again. And if it wasn't for the OCO girls or for trying to beat the OCO girls, I would have never pretty much would have never thought of this team to do Hall of Heroes. I might be still trying to run like one healer instead of running two, like one with Talc, one with Bella. You know, I might be running one healer, trying to stack speed buffs, and then failing quite a lot. And, you know, that might not always be the best choice. So, the trying level 80 over and over again kind of made me learn quite a lot about the game as well. Like, it just, you know, gave me more knowledge. Either way, this has been a long rant. Oh shit, I almost died. Alright, never mind. I'm good. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.